Alright boys, I'm back again for a new guide, which is the top 10 staples that you should get during the gem sale. And let me start now, and I'm gonna show you what is the use of a specific card that I'm about to discuss, and how to utilize it, and what decks would benefit and what decks would beat it. What decks can be beaten just by that single card. So without further ado, let's go. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start for number 10. Okay, so number 10 is Herald of the Abyss. This is a card from the Warriors Unite, which is on sale. It's covered by the gem sale boxes, and what it does, it says that pay 1,500 life points. So with that first part, it's already good with skills that that can be activated once you have a certain amount of LP. So just like Sealed Tombs, if you have 1,500 life points, just exactly the life points required to activate Sealed Tombs, and when you activate that skill, your opponent cannot banish any cards for the until the end of his turn. So yeah, that's crazy, right? So Herald of the Abyss, what it does is pay 1,500 life points and declare one monster type and one attribute. Your opponent must send one face-up monster with the declared type and attribute from their field to the graveyard, if possible. So what it means, like, it's the opponent's choice. It doesn't target. It doesn't. It's the opponent's choice. It's different by non-targeting and targeting. If it targets, it has a prompt. So it's a and the other effect is for the rest of this turn, your opponent can activate the effects of monsters with that sent monster. Actually, the second effect doesn't come into play most of the time, but yeah, the most important thing is the first effect, which makes the player to send that the monster with the declared type and attribute. So what card do you hit with this? What card would be devastated? What's the word? What card would be like messed up by just this by activating this card? So that card is this girl right here, the untargetable beast, Lunalight Saber Dancer. If Saber Dancer is the only beast warrior and the dark type monster on your opponent's field, he has no choice. He gets to send it to the graveyard. So that's why Herald of the Abyss is being used by Ritual Beast, because they have no out for Saber Dancer. It's only Needle Sealing and Herald of the Abyss. That's why they run those cards to out Saber Dancer, because Petal Fin cannot bounce it. It cannot be targeted. So, and the second one is the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon and the Azure Eyes. So, for example, he has a Spirit Dragon. He tags out, and then Azure Eyes says that if this card is special summon dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. But since Herald of the Abyss doesn't target, and Herald of the Abyss says that you have to send it, the opponent has to send it to the graveyard, their choice. And the thing is, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon and Azure Eyes is both dragon and light, so it doesn't matter. It was the Azure Eyes that was special summoned from Spirit's effect will be sent to the graveyard as well. So that's one of those one of the reason why you should run this card, especially if your deck have problems with untargetable monsters. So that's about it, man. That's number 10 for me. It's not as good as the other cards on here, and the reason why it's number 10 is it's from a main box. But the thing is, you only need one of these. I should have put it higher, right? Because it's like, if you get this, just one copy, you should be alright. So just one copy of this, especially for free-to-play players. You don't need a second one. Alright, so that's about it. And yeah, I forgot to mention the Cyber Angel Dakini has the similar effect. They get to send the monster their choice, so it makes the player choose the monster, non-targeting. And let's go to number 9. Okay, number 9 is Offerings. Okay, so Offerings, it says it's very simple. Target one face-up monster on the field, destroy that target, also skip your next draw phase. So you cannot draw when you resolve this effect, like on your next turn. But yeah, but first, how do you obtain it? You will get it in Stardust Acceleration box right here. Okay, it's covered by the gem sale. All of these is gem sale cards. Okay, so it'll be cheaper if you get I think if you don't have Book of Moon, this is one of your best replacement. All right, so the reason why it's here, it's one of the best staples in the game. It's because if you lack Book of Moon, you want to like get rid of a monster that pretty much mess up your play. So for example, like cards like TG Halberd Cannon, which negates summons. So when you normal summon something, it can negate the summon. It's just like a Solemn Judgment, but in a monster form, and it has no cost. Like it just negates the summon and destroy it. But if you have Offerings, you can summon safely after you destroy it. Although this monster floats, which is annoying, but at least you get to summon your monster. And also, Cyber Slash Harpy Lady. This is really huge. It's because this card sometimes, really disrupt your plays when you activate like a spell. It can bounce one of the monsters on your field or its own monster. But yeah, usually they bounce your monster. And yeah, just by getting rid of this immediately, it just like, saves you a headache. The other example is Azure Eye Silver Dragon. Okay, so there's an explanation for this. So for example, you can destroy it with Offerings, because the chain link. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, so for example, Spirit Dragon, it's your turn, right? It's your turn, and your opponent decides to Spirit Dragon, tag out, and then Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and then once it hits the field, it activates its effect. It says that it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. But then you activate the Offerings from your hand. The Offerings will freaking resolve first, and then the Azure Eyes will get destroyed. Okay, you got it, right? So yeah, Offerings is a really good card. And also the best thing about this, it's sometimes very good. It's better than Book of Moon sometimes. It's because it gets rid of the monster. Book of Moon just flips it down. So there's situations that you need to get rid of the monster, so you can go for lethal. So that's pretty good. And also, if for Harpy players, when Harpy deck was released, Offerings was used. And the thing about Harpy is they can recycle their cards. They can draw 2 out from the Harpy's Feather Rest. So if you resolve the Offerings, it doesn't matter if you skip your next draw phase. It's because you get so much card advantage with using a Harpy deck. And yeah, Harpy's Feather Rest, helps you out to draw your cards. And yeah, it's pretty much like it doesn't matter if you skip your next draw phase. So yeah, I think that's it, man. And yeah, the Heraldry Patriarch, I'm gonna get back to it. You just Offerings it, then yeah, you can do your plays if you're a Harpy player, because this one really just disables the Harpy play, because yeah, it doesn't target, and you cannot summon the any Harpy Lady if that effect if the effect of this resolves. And yeah, there's so much for that. Yeah, you can read the effect. I don't want to read the effect. The video will get longer if I read it. But yeah, that's the explanation. You just get rid of this. Cause yeah. So yeah, offerings. That's number 9. Okay. So let's go for number 8. Alright, so number 8 is... Oh, not you. Number 8 is Void Trap Hole. Okay, this card right here. It says, when your opponent special summons a monster with 2000 or more attack, negate the effects of one of those monsters with 2000 or more attack. And if you do, destroy it. So how to obtain this card? It's in the Resonance of Contrast right here. It's on the gem sale. It's a mini box, so it's easy for you to get it. I suggest you play 2, not 3. 2 copies should be fine for you guys. And you know what card hits it? There's so many cards. Like anything that was special summoned that has a 2000 attack or higher. So just for example, kills Dragon Levianeer. So Void Trap Hole actually negates it. So he cannot Levianeer can destroy 2 cards without targeting, and it fucking destroys it. So that's really good already. So Void Trap Hole become popular again because that's during the time that Onomats was tier 0. Almost, not almost. There's Roach, the Exceed monster. It's 1900, but other than that, oh okay, there's Abyss Dweller, Roach, and then other Exceed is a 2000 or more attack. So you can just negate the M7 that they summoned. You can just negate the Malevolent Sin that they summoned, and yeah, even Saber Dancer can be destroyed by the Void Trap Hole. Negates the effect and destroys it. And VTH, it doesn't target, so that's why Saber Dancer gets destroyed. Okay. And it says when your opponent special summons a monster with 2000 or more attack. Monsters. So if it's like if you summon like 2 monsters at the same time, you get to choose one of those, and yeah, you negate it and destroy. So yeah, this is I think this is top 8 for me. It's because it's versatility, and we're in this meta that we have monsters. The best monsters are 2000 or more attack. Cyber Slash Harpy can be negated by this, and yeah, there's so many. I cannot list all of them, but yeah, negate its effect and destroy it. Okay, so VTH, get that. It's really essential for you, especially if you're like struggling with like lots of higher attack monsters that is being special summoned by your opponent. So yeah, that's number 8 for VTH. Okay, let's go to number 7. Number 7 would be this guy right here, Floodgate, Trap Hole, and Typhoon. So it's a tie. You know why it's a tie? It's because you can get those in the same box. So you can get the Floodgate, Trap Hole in Generation X and Typhoon right here. Typhoon is a pretty clutch. I mean, it's very underrated. It's not meta defining. It's more of like a side deck card, you know. But yeah, let's go for Floodgate Trap Hole first because this is like one of the like top 3 staples in the game. So it says when your opponent summons a monster with S. So for example, your opponent is playing Ritual Beast. You summon 2 monsters at the same time. It will be flipped down permanently. So change that monster to face down defense position. Monster change to face down defense position by this effect can change their battle position. So that's insane. Like the only way they can flip it up is with Book of Tayu with AD Changer, but yeah, pretty much they're like permanently like flip down. So why Floodgate Trap Hole is being used so much in the past, I don't know, maybe 3 years now, 4 years, I don't know when it was released. I started playing last year, but I don't know, maybe, yeah, 3 years. It's been used, heavily used by so many decks. It's because cards like this, untargetable cards like Saber Dancer again. This is like the ultimate beast. You know, it's untargetable, can be destroyed by card effects, and wait, it can be destroyed by card effects. Yeah, it can be destroyed by card effects, but untargetable by card effects. And Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. So if they like Spirit Dragon tag out, this one comes in, you floodgate it, and yeah, if it's like flipped down, it can be bounced by your Cyber/Harpy if you're a Harpy player. If it's flipped down, even if the effect gets activated, it will still bounce. It will still be bounced back. And yeah, there's so many. There's others like Harpy, actually. So for example, your opponent summons like a perfumer. Summons a perfumer and then you floodgate it, then they cannot use their egotist. Otherwise, they can Swallow's Nest and then do their play again. So, floodgate is easily it becomes like useless if like your opponent has like a quick play, lands, Swallow's Nest. But the good thing is the permanent like, you know, flip down. I think that's the best thing about Floodgate Trap Hole. But the bad thing about this is it won't be activated just like Canadia, like anytime you want, like in the battle phase. I think Canadia is more versatile. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, I don't use that word pretty often. But yeah, I think Floodgate Trap Hole, it still has like potential to be, I mean, it's not potential, it's like actually a good card, so it deserves a 7th place. And along with it, it's Typhoon right here. It says that target one face-up spell trap card on the field, destroy it. If your opponent controls 2 or more, this one, the second effect is huge. If your opponent controls 2 or more spell trap cards and you control no spell trap cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So if you have this in your hand on your opponent's turn, and they have cards like Tenki and then Fire King Island, you can destroy it instantly with your hand trap. So it basically becomes a hand trap if your opponent controls two or more spell or trap in their field. So yeah, this one only targets wait, if you're opponent no, it actually destroys only one card. So the perfect target right here is Fire King Island. So once they get their monsters on the field, you activate this from the hand, and yeah, pop this. Fire King Island pops all the monsters they control when this card leaves the field. So yeah, that's huge, man. Yeah, Typhoon right here becomes a hand trap, and hand traps is huge, man, in Duel Links. Okay, that's about it, man. That's Typhoon. Definitely, if you're opening for Floodgate Trap Hole, definitely get 1 or 2 copies of Typhoon. I only have 1 copy, and that should be good enough for me. But yeah, if you have the chance to get 2, then get 2. Alright, it's very good in a side deck format. Okay, and yeah, if you can be free to play and be competitive. I know a lot of people in Duel Links meta in the server. They're free to play and they're doing well in tournaments. So yeah, there's that, man. Okay, so number 6. Okay, for number 6 we got Galaxy Cyclone and Drowning Mirror Force. Okay, so they're tie. It's because they're in a same box as well. So we got Galaxy and Drowning. Here, this is not a bad box. And yeah, So if you're playing Photons, this is one of the searchable cards from the Galaxy Photon skill. You can play 1 or 2, but I guess having 2, a Galaxy Cyclone, so you can get 1 in the gem sale, and then you can buy this during. You can buy the bundle if you like. You want to spend money in the game. It doesn't hurt, especially if you're like working and shit like that. But yeah, Galaxy Cyclone, I think a maximum of 2 copies should be fine. Especially with Drowning Mirror Force, I think you can get this in the bundle. Also, I forgot to mention, Floodgate also is obtainable in the bundle. This guy right here. I'll discuss the bundles after the top 10s. Okay, so we go to the Galaxy Cyclone first. So it says target 1 set spell trap card on the field, destroy it. Okay, so even if they flip up the set card, it still get destroyed. There's cards that doesn't destroy if the card is flipped up, just like the ARF equip from the Noble Knights. It doesn't destroy if it gets flipped up. So for example, they have Triamid Pulse, right? And then the Triamid player flips up the Triamid Pulse, it won't get destroyed. But with Galaxy Cyclone, it actually destroys the card even if it flips up. So you know what I mean? So during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up spell trap card on the field, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Galaxy Cyclone once per turn. So it's hard once per turn. Banish it from the graveyard, destroy 1 face-up. So before this was used by Witchcrafters last year, the Dark Magician deck is so rampant, and Galaxy Cyclone pops the circle using this by banishing this. So it's actually a really good card before. I think it's still very good. We still have continuous spells, field spells that Galaxy Cyclone can destroy. Harpy's Hunting Ground, the Fire King field spell. Yeah, the second effect is still very useful today. But yeah, Galaxy Cyclone, really good back row removal right here. And Drowning Mirror Force, this is the most annoying card in my opinion. One of those, it's definitely on my top 3. It just freaking shuffles back attack position monsters back to the deck. So this is more devastating than Mirror Force in my opinion, because it will thicken the deck, you know? And it means that you will not draw the cards you want. You want your deck to be like really thin, especially in Duel Links. You already have a thin deck, and if you have a thin deck, you have more chances of winning because you will draw the cards that you need more often. So, Drowning Mirror Force doesn't target, so cards like Saber Dancer, again, Azure, they will get shuffled back in the deck if they try to get greedy. If they don't have any back row removal and this Drowning Mirror Force gets flipped up, you're dead, man. Okay, so be careful of this card. Don't overlook this, especially if like there's no if most likely there's like a high chance that your opponent has this set in their spell and trap zone if there's no activatable traps. Okay, so when you go to the battle phase and you attack and they don't control any monsters, you're dead. So yeah, when an opponent monster declares an attack, okay, a direct attack, okay, it's a direct attack, not when they have a monster. Drowning Mirror Force will not be activated if they have a monster, but if they don't have a monster, yeah, they definitely going to drown you. Okay, so this is Drowning Mirror Force being used by Yosenjus, Cyber Dragons. Yeah, also most of the players from rookie until gold, they will drown you. All their decks has Drowning Mirror Force. Most of them, they have Drowning Mirror Force. So be careful, especially in lower ranks. They always have it. Okay. So we go to number 5. our number 5 is Spear Kuriboh right here. Spear Kuriboh can be played in most of the decks. It's very good in a side deck format. It's very simple. When an opponent monster declares an attack, you can send this card to the graveyard, change the attacking monster to defense position. So yeah, it's pretty much like a Canadia, but it doesn't flip it down. You know, it's just defense. Basically stops the opponent from, you know, lethal, from like your monster being destroyed that you need for the next turn. And for Destiny draw players, this is one of those cards that you know, can help you manipulate your life points. So for example, you want to take 2200 damage from your opponent, you can just save this hand trap for later, and then yeah, you will thank your opponent because they inflict 2200, which is enough for you to activate your skill. Destiny draw, because you know you will not die, right? So Spear Kuriboh, definitely an auto include for Thunder Dragons, auto include for Luna Lights, auto include for Fire Kings. Those decks, they use Destiny draw. Almost all of the Destiny draw decks, they have Spear Kuriboh or Kite Roid. But yeah, Spear Kuriboh can also be used with other decks, not just the one that I mentioned. Yeah, it's pretty versatile, and yeah, I think Spear Kuriboh, if you want, it's from the first box, but I'd say if you're free to play, I think one is enough, one copy. And if you got lucky, you got it pretty early, you can go for a second copy. But yeah, I think one copy should be enough, and then wait for another gem sale and come back to the Ultimate Rising box and then get your second one. I think 3 copies is very I think it's too much. I think 2 copies should be enough, and it's also in the bundle, so if you want to get your first Spear Kuriboh with gems, you can get the other one with the bundle. So yeah, it's a good deal, man. Up next, we got number 4 is Chalice and Wall of Disruption. So let me explain why they're number 4. Okay, so Forbidden Chalice and Wall of Disruption, they're from the same box. So I think the Galaxy Cyclone, Floodgate, and Chalice, I think those are the cards. Those are the boxes that you should like prioritize. You get 2 cards. It's like 2 birds with 1 stone. Those are the type of boxes that you should want to open for. You get 2 good cards in them. And yeah, here it is. Servants of Kings. This is why I really like saving up gems. It's because you get the opportunity to get these like really good cards that is still relevant in the meta, even though they're old but gold right here. So Forbidden Chalice right here, it says target 1 face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target gains 4000 attack, but its effect is negated. Okay, so this is a very good replacement for Book of Moon. It's because Chalice stops the halberd cannon that I've said that offerings can stop, but this one floats. I think I don't know. I think Chalice negates the float as well. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't tried negating this with Chalice. I've been using Book of Moon since its release. So yeah, but yeah, I still use Chalice, but like I never encountered like negating the TG Halberd ever. But yeah, I'll definitely like play TGs maybe pretty soon. But yeah, I'm just really busy with work, so I don't play that much. But yeah, and yeah, Herald the Patriarch. So yeah, for a Harpy player, if you don't have Book of Moon, definitely run 3 of these cards. It's because if you don't have Book of Moon is like a core card in Harpies. But if you don't have it, it's fine. You got Chalice. And the most not the most, but like it's very interesting that you can stop Azure with this one. So Azure Eyes, it says that you can chain this on its summon. So it special summon, Azure will activate its effect, then you chain the Forbidden Lands, and then it will be negated until the end of the turn, and Azure will actually get destroyed because of the Chalice. So yeah, that's really neat, right? So definitely keep your Chalice in your hand or time it. Like the timing of the Forbidden Chalice is really important, like especially with the Azure. So you chain once it's special summon and it gets destroyed in the end phase. So that's pretty neat, right? Yeah, there's so many things that Chalice can be useful for. The last thing is one of the example is the Anki. So Anki, when it entered the damage step, you activate the Chalice. So enter the damage step. So if there's a spell or trap that manipulates the attack or defense of a monster, those are the cards that you can activate in the damage step and enter damage step phase. So Anki attacks, its attack will become half, but if you activate it in the damage step, enter damage step, you activate the Forbidden Chalice, its attack will become 3,200 instead of 1,400. It's because it was negated, but it's attacking directly already. So yeah, you cannot change it because you're attacking directly already. So that's pretty neat. So that's why Chalice is being used by heroes, mass heroes deck. Because yeah, this card is insane, especially like if you're going for lethal. And lastly, very obvious, Wall of Disruption. When an opponent monster declares an attack, all attack position monsters your opponent controls lose 800 attack for each monster they control. So if they have like a full board and then you drop them with the Wall of Disruption, their attack will become like sometimes 0, especially if they're like 2,000 or less attacking you for lethal 3 monsters. So yeah, if they don't have like back row removal, this is like a problem, and you will see this in lower ranks. Most of the players there, they have Wall of Disruption. Any deck, they will have Wall of Disruption in their deck. All right, so still a very good card. I think it's very underrated, but if your opponent like gets shut down by this, they're gonna get pissed, man. Their ears turns red because of they're fucking annoyed, bro. Yeah, this one is annoying, but yeah, it helps out, especially if you're the one playing it and your opponent, tilts. So yeah, Wall of Disruption deserves number 4 spot, and along with the Chalice, because they're in the same box. Okay, so number 3. Number three is oh wait, not that one. Number 3 is Treacherous Trap Hole. Number 3, not number 1 or number 2. It's very self-explanatory. If you have no trap cards in your graveyard, target 2 monsters on the field, destroy those targets. Simple, right? The thing about this is the people who has access for Book of Moon, like me, right here. Yeah, I'm just flexing. The thing is, Book of Moon is a spell. That's why Canadia is power crept a little bit, it's because of Book of Moon. Like if you combine Book of Moon, Mystical, Space Typhoon, you have a top tier deck already, because those cards are spells, and and especially if you can afford to run only Treacherous Trap Hole and nothing else, you can have Fiendish Chain. You can run Fiendish Chain, because Fiendish Chain stays on the field, right? Or with Harpies, Damage Diet right here can be banished. Wait, Damage Diet. This is why they can afford to run 3 traps, because Damage Diet, you can banish this card from your gear, have all effect damage to take this turn. So when it gets banished, then Treacherous Trap Hole can be activated because your Damage Diet trap was banished. And yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory right here. This one wins games. Resonators, you know. Yeah, that's why people don't play Solemn Scolding, because this will ruin the Treacherous Trap Hole. Cannot be activated. The Solemn Scolding is already on the graveyard. So yeah, I don't think there's much explanation for this. This card wins games, bro. It just wins games. We get hit by it, we pretty much, there's nothing to do about it. I mean, you're done. Most of the time, like if you break and then your only chance is like getting off those combo with your monsters, and then you get hit by Treacherous Trap Hole, you don't have anything. You don't have like Forbidden Lands or anything that can stop this. This is why backward removal is very important. And the reason why Mystical Space Typhoon is better than Cosmic Cyclone most of the time, because of the Treacherous Trap Hole. Treacherous Trap Hole will be sent to the graveyard instead of being banished, which is Cosmic Cyclone does. If it's like in the graveyard, if they play 2 Treacherous Trap Hole, the other Treacherous Trap Hole will be like a discard fodder. It's useless, pretty much. So yeah, I think that's about it. Treacherous Trap Hole wins games. That's why this is number 3. Okay, so let's go to number 2. Number 2 is Cosmic Cyclone, of course. I just said that Mystical Space Typhoon is better than Cosmic, but yeah, it still deserves a second spot for me. It's because Cosmic Cyclone right here is a skill enabler, which pay 1000 life points. Anything that pays life points is always really good in Duel Links. Then target one spell on the field, banish it. So banishing is really, it's devastating for spells, or for a spell or trap that needs to be in the graveyard. So for example, Canadia right there cannot float if you activate. I cannot be special summon from the graveyard, because yeah, if your opponent activates a trap and Canadia is in the graveyard, it special summons itself. There's another one, Survival's End, for Dinos. Shout out to Vince, Dino tier 0. If you banish Survival's End, then it's useless. There's so many cards that gets hit by Cosmic Cyclone, and they become, useless. Especially the one that has like graveyard effects. Yeah, there's so many. I cannot name a lot of them, because yeah, I think. But yeah, just think of any card, spell or trap that will be useless if they get banished. Also, you can hit, for example, a monster that is in the spell or trap zone, like a Vision Hero Increase, or the Dragoonity tuner, Dragoonity Cows, how you read it. Oh yeah, those you can cosmic cyclone it, and yeah, even the monsters that is in the spell trap zone, you can remove it. Bam. For Vion, also if you like, if they activate once, before they go to the field, that's when you cosmic cyclone, not when they hit the spell or trap zone. You have to chain. Okay, so for example, they try to tribute the monster and then attempt to special summon it from the monster zone. You chain the cosmic cyclone, boom, it's gone. And it will not resolve. So yeah, that's pretty lit. And yeah, cosmic cyclone, man. Budget backward removal. And also it's in the bundle, FYI. And yeah, that's about it. That's my second best staple. And here's what you're waiting for. Number one. It's kind of obvious now. I think you guys know what's number one right here. So I mean, number one from the Yami Bakura deck list, we got Canadia, of course, and Needle Ceiling. They're from the same box, that's why they're number one. And Needle Ceiling is very, very freaking good, man. Like in this meta game, like, you know, nowadays we spam monsters, and then when you hit them in the Needle Ceiling, they cry. Okay, so Valiant Souls, definitely this is my go-to gem sale main box right here. If it's gem sale, definitely go here. Duel Links Entertainment, shout out to you. During gem sale, this is the best box right here. This is not the best box if it's not gem sale, because you know you will waste your gems if it's not half price. But if it's half price, go to this box. Like, go all in. You need to get your 3 Canadias. I think getting 3 is very, very beneficial. I think it's like, I think 2 is okay, but if you want like just become a really powerful FTP player, I think getting 3 is like very, very good. Especially if you know your deck is kind of weak and you want protection, you want to stall out, triple Canadia will help you out to, you know, win games. And yeah, what else? And the clutch about Canadia, this is the reason why it's good, especially with Shiranui, is with the combination of Ballista Squad and Canadia. You can tribute out the Canadia that was special summoned from the graveyard. Boom, you pop 1 card on the field. So it becomes like you can actually make it an Exceed material with the logos. This is the best Exceed level 2. I actually made a meme deck that can spam crumble logos. It's because when you detach something, when the Exceed detach something, it says that Canadia, when it leaves the field, it gets banished. The thing about crumble logos is if you detach the Canadia, it goes to the graveyard because it's never on the field. It's an Exceed material. So yeah, interesting fact right there. And lastly, Canadia. The reason why this is good, especially with Ritual Beasts that can win the set, win the set pass. And then you have Canadia, they don't have a way to, remove your back row, and then they summon like 3 monsters, and then your face down Winda is there. You drop them with the Needle Ceiling, boom, erased. Okay? So, and if you have like a Ulti-Pedalfin, for example, indestructible card, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Ulti. Right here, if you have this on the field, and then they have 3 monsters face up, hit them with a Needle Ceiling, bam. What are you gonna do? Especially, this is funny. Like I'm always get I always laugh my shit. I don't know. I'm always so happy. I'm so satisfied if I kill a Blue Eyes player with a Needle Ceiling. Like, it's so satisfying, especially when they tag out their Spirit Dragon, hoping that they will dodge the Needle Ceiling. It doesn't fucking target, and then it will resolve first before the Azure Eyes. So, that's funny, man. It's funny. Needle Ceiling wins games. And yeah, it's good that they're together in the same box. So with a combination of Needle Ceiling, this is why Needle Ceiling is this is why they are used in the Shiranui deck. It's because of the, where's the Archfiend guy? This guy. It says that face-up zombie monsters you control can be destroyed by card effects. So that is neat with the combination of the Needle Ceiling. So you pretty much immune from card destruction, and can be destroyed by card effects, right? Yeah, can be destroyed by card effects. So your zombies, your Shiranui, Squire Saga, or any zombie type monsters you control will be protected by Needle Ceiling. From Needle Ceiling. So yeah, man. That's my number one. Canadia, just flipping down. It's like a budget Book of Moon. But the thing is, it's a trap, so you cannot use it. Just like Chalice or Offerings. That's why Offerings is very good in some situation. Along with Chalice, it's very good too. The thing about Canadia is its second effect. You can special summon from the graveyard. Which is adds more protection for you. So that's why I think it's number one for me. And yeah, Valiant Souls, such a really good box right here. I don't know. Anki right here. You really need this on your hero deck. Triple copies. Dark World Dealings. You want triple copies. There's so many cards in here that you need triple copies of. Mass Change, but it's from a structure deck card. I think there's like a 3 structure deck that has mass change on it. So Blast of Chain, Blast of Chain. Yeah, really good card too, especially if you're a Red Eyes lover, Red Eyes enjoyer. Yeah, I think that's my top 10 staples during the jam sale, and definitely get those cards when you can. It'll be in August 30. It's deadline, and I think if you're on a budget, just get 1 copy of each, and you should be good. But the thing is, prioritize the one that is higher on my list. Canadia, Cosmic Cyclone, prioritize those. Get multiple copies of those. Treacherous Trap Hole, get 2 copies. Wall of Disruption, Chalice, Spear, Kuriboh. And yeah, it depends on your deck. If your deck needs one of the cards on my top 10 list, definitely get more copies of those. Especially if you have back row hate, you get triple Cosmic Cyclone. Yeah, man, I think that's about it. And then lastly, as I've said, for the bundles, there's so many cards on my list that is included in the bundle. So I pretty much purchased all of them since last year. And then I just recently discovered that I didn't buy the Galaxy Cyclone bundle, so I have to, because the game mat is very, very cool. Even though I have 3 copies of Galaxy Cyclone already, I need it. And then I need to complete my Gimmick Puppet deck. And yeah, with the bundle 10 packs, the latest box is what you will get. So the 10 packs is from the latest box. But if there's a new box, then it will be, the 10 packs will go from there, from the new box that is about to get released. But yeah, Darkness Gimmick is the newest box, so your 10 packs will be from there. So I'm being kind of repetitive here, but yeah, Galaxy Cyclone, it's on my top 6. Raigeki Break, it's not covered by the gem sale, so you can rely on the bundle to get it. So we will pretty much get it in the gem sale maybe next year, like late 2022. in the gem sale. But yeah, Drowning Mirror Force is also in the bundle. Floodgate Trap Hole, the Senju Thousand Hands. If you're like a Megalith player, I think getting Senju, triple Senju is essential. But yeah, Megalith is kind of underrated, and it's very hard to play. Not gonna recommend it for new players, but it's a very expensive deck. And given that Senju is a core card to the deck, if you're like want to build Megalith, go for it, man. I won't stop you. But my suggestion is get the Senju for free during the gem sale, and then get the bundle, and then yeah, you got your Megalith card. Pretty much your Megalith card will function pretty well. So you get 3 Senjus, and then open the Chronicles of Glory mini box 3 times, and yeah, you got your Megalith deck, and you just have to worry about the Exceed package and whatnot. So yeah, Canadia bundle, Cosmic Cyclone, Spear Kuriboh. You don't need Super Rush Headlong. It can be an out for Saber Dancer, but yeah, you don't need it. Mirror Wall. Mirror Wall, I don't think it's... If you're a Tri-Mid player, I think 1 copy should be enough. But yeah, it's very underrated. But yeah, Mirror Wall is still a good card, but not as good like before. So yeah, I think if you don't mind spending money on this, just getting the card instantly is it's really good. You get to play immediately. You get to be a bit powerful already once you get these cards. The staples makes the deck. Like if you got Mystical Space Typhoon, Book of Moon, 2 Tretch, you're a top tier player already. So yeah, pretty much that's the triple ultimate staples. But yeah, they're very... TTH is the cheapest one, MST the second expensive, Book of Moon the most expensive staple in the game right now. But yeah, so those are my top 10. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something new, and hope you guys get the cards that you want, that you won't get unlucky with your pulls during the gem sales, because gems are really hard to earn right now, especially if you're like max character like me right here. My gems are running out pretty fast, so I have to manage, I have to be smart about my investments, and yeah, pretty much buying cards is my weapon right now. I don't I don't have the luxury of getting gems for free, because I maxed out everything, stages, everything. So free-to-play players, you guys are lucky. You can build your decks for free and you can invest smartly. Build the deck. Do not build the deck like so many decks in just like 2 months, in just like within 3 months. Wait for boxes that you like. Wait for like newer stuff coming out in the game, because newer stuff, they usually become a priority in the game to get supported. So yeah, invest on newer cards, like if you want to succeed in this game. But yeah, but first you have to have your first deck cheaper, so you can you can save up for a newer deck that you want to build. So yeah, just make a free-to-play deck, and then eventually you can be pay to win, but using gems. Pay to gems. For the last part, I'm just gonna flex right here. I opened the selection box just to get the what do you call this? The new trap. What's the name? This trap. The breakthrough skill. And I got 2 copies. And I got 2 copies of Red Eyes Fangs of Chain. And I just wanna make my... The reason also that I opened for selection box is I want to make the Book of Moon glossy that I have to be prismatic. So just enough, 45 over 46 EX orbs, EX jewel. Let's get it. Let's make it prismatic. Book of Moon, triple prismatic. Yeah, I'm just here to flex. I just want to end this with a bang. I really waited for this moment. And yeah, just like that. Oop. Make it triple. Make it triple. So yeah, that's the end of it, guys. Hope you get your Book of Moon when it gets released. Definitely get that card. This card is insane. So yeah, I'm gonna end this right now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.